I think, I was talking about that this week at work actually, like how sometimes we can accept an apology from women, and then that same apology won't be accepted.
Oh yeah.
Like you ever get into an argument with a woman,
Yes,
and she can be like,
no,
"Fuck you, nigga, fuck your mammy," and if she was dead, we could dig that bitch up and I'd piss on her.
Yeah.
And niggas be like, "Fuck you for that."
yeah,
And then she'll come back later on and be like, "You know what? I went too far. I'm sorry." And he'll accept that. And he gonna stay in that house. If you call that lady fat, you don't even gotta say fat.
you ain't gotta
be
say
like,
fat bitch. You can just say fat.
I wouldn't wear that.
Ruined your life.
Yeah, like you be like, I wouldn't wear that one because it kind of, you know what I'm saying? So, and she be like, "Nigga, you just called me fat. You can't. I'm sorry. Your way out of that one, bro."
It's so crazy that like my wife, she'll get mad because she'll ask a question, and in her mind I haven't responded fast enough. So she gets mad at that, and I'm like, I'm saving you from what my initial thought was. I'm taking that time to think. I'm saving us.
Think this through.
Because I knew, even what I was thinking wasn't malicious. I know how you could have taken it. So let me think this through on how I need to say it, where we don't ruin this moment. But she'll get mad at that. I'm like, bro,
you thinking too much. Why you can't just...
Exactly.
Because if I don't think, we probably ain't going to dinner.
Listen, I saw a video. This dude was in the car, and the girl was like, this girl said, damn, how did she put it? She was like, "How did you know you love me?" And he was like, "You don't really want to know that." And instead of just saying, "Okay," she was like, "No, I do." He said, "No, like, I feel like it's going to hurt us. You don't really want to know that." She said, "I want to know how you knew you really loved me." He said, "I'm telling you, you don't really want to know it." And she was like, "Nah, I really do." He said, "Your pussy is trash, but I still love you."
Yeah.
And I was like, the girl who said, I was like, he love her. Cause that usually is the one thing that kind of shakes me into I love you, and it may not even be ready for I love you, right?
Listen.
But to know that this is trash and I'm still here because I actually love you and not just your
person.
box. Yeah.
And honestly, you should take that as a compliment about who you are.
Exactly.
But I guarantee
it's not going to be received that way. They probably had a whole fist fight in that part.
I bet they never had sex again.
And that's the fucked up part. And so instead of what can I do to make this whole situation better in the bedroom, let me do that also. But no, you take the whole other side. I just won't fuck you know.
Okay. If my shit trash.
Like, bro,
I ain't tell you last week, but your dick is trash.
If you tell me that, all right, let me see what the fuck I need to do to make this shit right. That ain't how that shit go.
But also I know women.
But yeah, he definitely love her.
Women do accept apologies and stay in situations where we probably wouldn't with an apology.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like some shit you know what I'm saying? Like it's levels to it.
Yeah, it is.
I think wild.
I think it's the boundaries thing. It's like, or maybe that's where I'm gonna start. It's like she'll accept you for some wild shit you apologize for that you won't take, but she won't forgive you for something that you will forgive her for.
Mm-hmm.
So even though I'll stay here with you, you're gonna hear this and feel this for the rest of the days that we here. But I'll stay. When we'll just be like, yeah, I can't deal with that, I'm out. It sounds good that they'll stay, but what are you gonna do what does the relationship become? And I know in a lot of instances, especially when we're talking about infidelity, it's like I have to earn your trust and forgiveness back. But if I do that, don't hold that against me forever. Just because you just said you stayed, that doesn't mean that we here. We can be here and still not.
Well, that's funny. That's funny. Why was you crazy?
Very crazy.
Look about it though. Took me to the books.
You gonna make me sick, bro.
No, nigga, you already sick. You're already sick, my boy.
Oh shit. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. But yeah.
You done with your moment?
Yeah, that it just took me back there. That shit was hilarious.
What are we talking about? I don't know what we're talking about.
I think with the holding on to something part that you was talking about, I think that's huge too. Because I think as a person who has been the hurter, I think, and then for them to accept your apology and say, all right, I'm gonna stay. Like, you want them, you can't, like, I ain't gonna say in our minds, but yeah, kind of in our thoughts, is like, all right, man, like, how long you gonna hold on to this? But then realistically, you can't tell them how
For sure.
soon they should feel better about something.
Yeah.
Or let it go.
You can't, but that damn. Bro.
Yeah, like the holding on to it is tough.
That shit was 2 years ago. We done had so many better fucking times since whatever happened 2 years ago.
But
like, come on, bro.
But the crazy thing is, just like with anything else, the bad is always gonna out. We feel like the bad outweighs the good, and they stick out.
I just feel like that's just a way for them to just throw some shit in your face after you done been a perfect nigga.
Make you feel guilty.
Yeah, bro. Like, I can't deal with it for too long. I know that. Like, especially if I'm being the best motherfucker ever, like that I can be, that I was before whatever happened, and now that I'm extra nigga, you know what I mean? Like, and you still want to do that? I'm not gonna be doing that.
So I was about to say something, but I started joking. Okay, so since we here in this conversation, what's the thought process of, like, if I tell you I did something, or it comes out that I did something, at some point it has to be, why did I do it?
I just saw that meme.
That's some accountability shit, though.
I just saw the meme that said women, and this ain't saying what you like, whatever you talking about, but women be so quick to judge the look of the girl who you probably stepped out with.
Yeah, I seen something like that.
Than to why he stepped out with
her. Yeah.
I saw one on Twitter. This dude, this girl was like, well, if you think, that nigga was like, why you worried about how she look? Like, you should be worried about what she doing to make me go over there.
And I'm going back over there Sunday.
And then the chick said, well, when you go over there, just stay over there. He said, nah, cause she ugly. I still like you.
But that's
like rolling over and seeing.
But that shit real though, bro. Like, why am I choosing to? You know what I mean? Like, what is she doing for me that you not?
What are you not doing or creating?
Yeah,
that makes me even want
to go over there,
open my eyes to it.
And this ain't just no fucking situation, cause a nigga could just fuck something. But I'm talking about like a real, like, this nigga in love with the other house. What made him be that in love at the other house that he's missing at home? Like that should be the court. Like that's some shit that I want to know.
That's where it's got to get to. Yeah. I understand feelings are hurt.
Yeah, and that shit.
I understand
and wrong
people,
and they shouldn't do this and all that.
But
shit.
At some point, because if it doesn't get to that level, it's bound to happen again. And it don't necessarily have to be infidelity. Like I told y'all, the reason that I ended up writing a book, I ended up starting a business, like that generated from an energy that I wasn't able to utilize at the house. So if you creating the same energy, he might not go out and cheat, but he's gonna take his energy and his attention to somewhere else. It's gonna still create division in the house. So we gotta get to why, and you gotta be open to hearing why, not just it's some bullshit that he did some dumb shit. No, why did he do that? And as a man, you have to be able to stand in there and tell why.
Do you think if your significant other, for both of y'all, y'all married,
about to say that.
your wife, if your wife stepped out, would you be able to say, what was I doing or
That's
not
my
doing?
first question. What, like, why?
Yeah, like that.
So what?
And I want to know
what am I not doing for you that you had to go over there? That's literally my first question.
Now that's your question to her. Do you think you could ask yourself that? Like, what the fuck was I doing or not doing that pushed my wife?
I would have to ask her because
to me it don't matter.
I may not know. Yeah.
What is she feeling?
Nigga, that's my first question. Like, whatever, cool. What am I like? What are you missing here that he's giving you? Like, and I need an answer. Like, I need some real, like a real.
I probably don't phase it. I probably don't phrase it like that. I probably simplify it as, why did you do it? Because to me, you could tell me you weren't doing this, so I felt like I needed to do this. He showed up. All right, cool. We started from I wasn't doing this. Why did you make the decision? Time was available, and you was shooting a podcast. Why?
No, I ain't going for that.
No, but see, but I'm saying
that shit gotta be a little deeper.
But the root is time.
He be taping up his hands. Oh, that was it?
Okay.
No, but the
I got a
root,
podcast.
the root is time.
No, okay.
The root is I'm not giving her enough time. So I understand that. I can hear that. Cool. But I'm not gonna just go off the handle and not listen to anything or not want to. I need to know.
I want to know. I want to know.
And then look, honestly, it's a choice. Do I want to improve it or we going separate ways?
Yeah, and I have to be truthful with myself to be like, okay, I get that. But
That's
it's
what
The accountability. Yeah.
That's where the self question comes to, right? And when she tells you what she's experiencing, then you ask, is this?
Because if she tell you some shit, you be like, nah, that's bullshit. Because I've been asking you da. So now you told me this, and you just decided to go over there. Because the same shit you went over there for, I've already offered.
That's different.
So that just means you ain't fucking with me.
That's
so
different.
Now this ain't no shot at you. Definitely ain't your life.
It's his life, and a shot at him.
I'm about to give you this Usher shit, right? This ain't got nothing to do with my life. But nah,
Let me
like
take a sip.
like we know how much he does, right? Mm-hmm. You flag football, you work, you working on this podcast, you working on your book, you working on the clothing line, you working shit, you building a church in Guadalupe, you goddamn restoring transmissions and shit. You doing everything, right? So
giving sight to the blind,
right?
And all kinds of shit.
Changing water to wine and shit, all kinds of shit going on. So what I'm saying is, like, I think sometimes you don't even have to ask the question to them because you know, like, I know I haven't been given any time. So I think that was more what I was thinking, because sometimes it's obvious. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
you think it's obvious.
I'm not doing the time.
But that's a conversation. That's a, hey, Wallace, I feel like you're giving a lot of time to this. I would like more time with us.
But if I don't react though,
Hold on. But that's a conversation. If that wasn't a conversation and your ass just go there, yeah, fuck you. Because that's something we could have talked about. Because sometimes we aren't self-aware. We could be thinking shit is cool, right? Okay, but she don't mind me doing this. She ain't said nothing. Cool. Everything seemed good. She sucking dick over here because you ain't got time. Hold on, now you ain't never mentioned to me about time.
So realistically, that's what we're hoping for, and that sounds amazing. But a lot of times men don't do that. A lot of times men ain't having conversation. They just like, man, she fine as fuck.
I don't know what men doing, but
you don't know
the conversations are being had.
But I mean, we gotta be real about it. Like, we know niggas everybody ain't having that.
They know what they're feeling. They know how to express it.
That notice up front, like, hey, I'm starting to feel like this. Most niggas ain't doing, like, let's just be real. Most niggas not having that conversation. Most niggas saw it. I'm sitting in the barbershop, saw this woman walk by. I'm finna go holler at her because she fine as fuck.
And it could be as simple as your wife is gaining weight and you don't want to say anything because you don't want to hurt the situation. But if you say something, it could trigger her to do something. If you don't say nothing, you never give her the chance to start fulfilling what you're looking for.
That's what I'm saying.
But a lot of men don't do that.
Exactly. Like, I saw this thing. Well, I was being told about this thing on TikTok. It ended up being like episodes and shit. But this guy was cheating on his wife. He's an older gentleman. So he was like maybe late 50s, early 60s, right? They was like, he was cheating on his wife. She didn't even know. It was a whole bunch of shit that went on. But when the wife ran up on him and her at the airport, this shit happened here in Atlanta.
I just saw
when she saw the lady, she looked like a younger version of her.
Yeah.
So it ain't necessarily like, sometimes it ain't gonna be a conversation. It can't be, hey, I need you to look young. I need you to look like your old self. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, all men ain't having that conversation.
But it can be, I'm having trouble being attracted to you. Now let's dig into that. But you gotta. Yes.
You think that won't go well?
Nothing fucking conversation gonna go well.
It's about having it.
No, because but do you think that's even? I'm saying going well is even being heard.
Yes, because even when you feel like even when they go off, right? that's still gonna be in the back of their mind. Now, if you choose not to fucking change that situation, that's on you. But I'm gonna continue to tell you, hey, that my issue with us is such and such, such and such. Cool. If you got a problem with it, alright, I'm still continue to tell you. So, you know, if that guy does something else or whatever, and I know if something happened and everybody was like, well, just leave her. I don't think that shit that simple.
Yeah.
When people be going through that shit, I don't think
you got kids and all kind of shit.
I don't think it's just that simple
We
to
own shit
leave,
together,
like,
just-
because she ain't doing this.
And I actually
but sometimes what happens is they leave that gap, that small little window.
20%, baby.
Bro, and niggas could literally not be looking for nothing outside. Niggas could not be, I seen her at the such and such and she was fine as
Why he
fuck.
pointing at you so hard?
Because, no, he just made that example.
Yeah. I was like,
Or, like, it's the smallest window. It could literally be a bump into your fucking car at the it could be anything. So, like, don't leave that window. Like, don't leave no window. And niggas, like I said, it's a difference between a nigga loving a motherfucker over here and a nigga just fucking. Like that nigga, he just fucking, he just, you know, that ain't nothing. Everything's great at home, but he just fucking off.
that's just who he is.
That's different.
It's a discipline
I don't know what to say
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, that's
But-
a discipline problem.
From men leaving that window open
All of it's a little bit of a discipline.
and not doing what you need to do, could, you know, that could be a little tricky. It could be a little tricky. But have the conversation, man. Like,
Let's turn into a good talk, man.
But that communication work, boy.
bro.
Even
Yeah.
in the
comfort.
hardest moments.
Cause shit, if you had a communication and you find out that nigga got that girl over there and he come with, baby, I've been asking you for 2 years to just do this. You ain't even just did this. This girl did way this and even more. What shit? I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
But
I am sorry.
that, you know, don't leave it. And we probably get killed for this conversation, but hey, it just is what it is.
I think it's
From
just
our
gonna,
perspective.
I think it's gonna open up more conversation. We probably get
The women, oh
they
shit.
probably gonna ask y'all a lot of questions.
I know, I'm speaking on behalf of men.
Yeah, but I think